gamers, and welcome back to my top 100 board games of all time. We are in the top 90. Let's go ahead and get to this. At number 90 is a new game into my collection. I just played this past weekend too, Goa. Goa is an older game, and I've always wanted to play it. I finally got in a trade. It came in. We played it wrong the first time, still had fun, laughed, restarted the game, played it right, and probably had just as much fun. I've had fun every time I played this game. Even this weekend we played it, and we all had a great time. It's very easy to understand. The actions are there's just so many actions to do. There's so many pathways to victory. And it was so close. You don't know who's going to win, but it was so close. I think 1 point was the deciding factor the last time I played. This is a game that desperately needs a reprint. It's a really, really underrated game. It's got a little bit of auction style. Then you're just trying to upgrade your player board, do your actions, get your victory points, and hopefully go home a winner. But believe the hype on Goa. If you've heard it was a good game, it is. Maybe you're someone who wants to purchase a bigger game, one of these older games. Is it worth it? Yes, it is. I still hold true to it. Even though it's a newer game in my collection, it's good enough to meet the top 100. And that's saying a lot because I always am conservative ranking these games. Case in point with the next one. Virginio Gigli is my favorite designer. You're going to see a lot of his games in my top 100. And you're going to see a lot, actually, in this video right now because number 89 I see is Leonardo Da Vinci. Now, I heard this is getting a reprint. And if so, I'm probably going to have to get it because the regular game by Mayfair Games is super cheap to get. You can get for like $5-10. It is so worth it. It is such a great game as you're trying to get every majority of these places to do your turn first and second. Because each round, the first action's free, and then the second action, whoever takes it is one. And then like the second player, if I took the first two actions, I only pay 1 coin to do the action twice. And if someone wants to do it a third time, they got to pay 2. Then someone else has to pay 4. It just gets more and more expensive the more people go there. And it comes with 2 little print and plays, or mine. I printed out 2 print and plays. I'm sure it'll be including the game, which is why I wanted to get the reprint here. I will be honest, though, this game is a little tough to get to the board because there are people in my gaming group who despise the game. For some reason, they got very mad because they couldn't understand I don't know why. They had some problems with the iconography, which, I don't know, it matches there's invention cards, and then there's resources you're trying to get. And it matches. I even showed them where it matches, but the little emblems. But they were looking at the big card and wondering why the big card wasn't printed on the invention. I don't understand. I said, no, it's color-coded, or if you're colorblind, you can just look at the symbol here. But for some reason, that just confused them so bad, and one person got really mad playing the game because he just didn't understand it, and neither did his girlfriend. So they hated it, but doesn't matter. This time, my gaming group's going to have to get over it because I love Leonardo da Vinci. I love this game. I think it's a solid game. If it is getting a reprint and that is coming out, I will buy this game again. But you can get the regular edition and the free print and plays right now for uber cheap. Check it out. Number 88. Oh, I did not know this day would come, but here it is. A heavy Euro in my top 100. I don't like heavy Euros usually. The Colonist, we have played at least 2 times every year since I've gotten it, and we just keep playing it. And I'll be honest, it's been sitting on that. It stayed in my collection was a miracle because I got it for like $20 on a sale one time on Amazon or whatnot. And I said, I don't know, this game it might not be for me, but looks somewhat interesting, so we'll try it out. And man, we kept playing it. Slowly, it's moving up and up the list. And this year, it's like, yeah, it's got to be a top 100 game. That's not because I finally won. Maybe it is. I don't know. But boy, you are moving 1 pawn around usually and most times and taking those 3 actions consecutively, building up your civilization. This is a 6-hour game if you're playing all the errors, the 4 different errors, which we do play. And everyone loves this game. In fact, sacrilege to me, but a majority of people in my gaming group love this better than Twilight Imperium. Twilight Imperium you'll see much higher on my list, but they have told me that. They told me they'd rather play the Colonist because they just love, and I get why. It is a very immersive game, just like Twilight Imperium. But if we're going to play 6 hours, and I will reserve a whole night for the Colonist. I am fine with that. We are locked in when it's I'll tell someone, hey, you want to come over board game night, but we're playing the Colonist. And they're like, yes, everyone gets excited about this. And it is a phenomenal game. I will be honest. You can still get it for cheap. I know they have some expansion that's super expensive, but it changes the whole game up, and I don't think I would like that. But if ever I find it available, I might do a trade for it. But the base game alone is well worth it. All right, now let's talk about Queen games again. Neptune. With the Queenies, I will say with the Queenies again. Without the Queenies, I don't even own this game. You're thinking, Pat, why do you keep saying that? Well, the Queenies, I don't even know why they don't include the Queenies in the game because the base game alone is it's pick up and deliver, and that's roughly it. I mean, there is kind of an auction style where you're trying to get a good route, a good cargo, and good ship cards. But you can only take the whole row, so it may have a really good route or a really good, produce you want or a really good ship card, but the other 2 you may not like. And that's the best of the bunch. But once you pass on it, you can't go back to it. You have to pick the next one in line or keep going, keep pushing your luck. And then you just you place your route immediately, meaning if it screws up and you got to go longer, oh well. So it's about getting the perfect route and being the first to finish gives you like 2 extra victory points. Those 2 victory points do come in handy, though, at the end of the game because the games can be close. But when you add all the Queenies in there, then it does matter What type of good? Because you get bonuses for delivering all types of goods. You get, it does matter where you go because you're going to get bonuses for going to different places on your routes. And it really opens up the game and gives it, helps the game reach its full potential, in my opinion. Again, without the Queenies, this game would have come and gone from my collection by now. But with the Queenies, and I mean, every once in a while, you'll find a game online. This game is relatively cheap. It's just getting the Queenies. That's the hard part. But try to find one with the Queenies and buy it because it's definitely worth it. It's a great game. All right, number 86. Everyone knows this game. Lords of Waterdeep. I love it too. I love worker placement. Everyone calls this the quintessential worker placement game, and I agree with that. I believe it is. I don't have the metal coins for this. Someone asked if I was going to get them. Maybe. I'm getting closer to getting them one day because I think the metal coins would be awesome. And I just love the game. I played with the Skullport expansion too. I finally, at long last, got the very hard to get promo. I did not pay $75 for it. I paid $35 for it. And I'm very happy someone agreed to give it to me for that price. But because I'm a completist, I must have everything. But the game is just so sweet and it's so fun. Everyone in my board game group loves playing this game. And it's just gathering resources, buying buildings, completing quests for victory points. It's very simple and straightforward. But I don't know, man, something about it. You just love it. It flows. It's so easy. It's easy to understand. And it's just enjoyable. And that's what a board game should be. It's just fun. In my opinion, the more fun you're having, the better it should be. It doesn't matter. Oh, it has these great mechanics. That's good too. But if it's just straight, it doesn't have to have the best, most complicated, mechanic you've ever seen to be so unique. No, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just make the game fun. And that's what this one is. Absolute fun. Speaking of fun, let's put the effing fun with Stefan Feld here. This is Spirit of Trick. It's called Javork now. It's way cheaper to get Javork and probably a better theme. But I didn't know that back in the day. And when I traded for this one, I traded a lot of games for it and then realized the Javork's out there for like $10 now. But it's got an auction style game as you're auctioning for goods, ships, firemen. Well, I don't know what the equivalent is in the Vikings one, but firemen, because there's fires you got to put out and you could lose some points if you don't have enough firemen. You're also getting just all these extra buildings and stuff to help you out during the game. And it's a bidding, it's an auction. And you in the front row, you get to bid first. But the money is the person of how many people are behind you. That's the cost of the item. So if people keep stacking up people behind you, that card may cost $5 because there's 5 people or you and 4 people behind you. Well, you get out of the way. The next person gets $4 if they want. If they don't, then it passes to the next person in line, which may be you again for $3. And this time you get it because you don't want the other players behind you to get it. I love that aspect of the game. And I think this game is brilliant. I think this game is so smart. Whether you get Javork or this one, I think this one's a little bit more expensive. This is such an enjoyable game that really a lot of times comes down to the very end on who's going to win. Sure, we've had some people run away with it here and there, but this is one of Feld's finest games, that is for sure. All right, now let's get back to my favorite designer, Virginio Gigli. You've heard me talk about a lot of his games that didn't hit the top 100. There's even more that do. And these are brand new in my collection. The first one was Teramar. Teramar, awesome game. Again, worker placement, you're gathering goods to get other items, to get victory points, yada, yada, yada. But it's so unique because to play in an area where someone else has played, your tribe must be stronger than them. Or you can put your chieftain there. It's like your super worker from Viticulture. And the thing is, though, you only got one of those. You don't want to waste him, though, either. So you got to figure out which actions are good for you. So being, the weakest tribe is going to hurt you. You got to get to some areas really quick. Or you can always move into the future because every round another row opens up. And you can play in one of these bigger spots that give you more resources, but you may have to wait 2 rounds before you get that player back. But it may be worth it. So even someone who's always behind in the army can still win the game by making some well thought out strategic future moves. And again, this is another game of there's several paths to victory to win the game. And it's so much fun. There's so much. My mind gets dizzy when I start thinking about all the options of things you can do here, but they're all good too. They're all good. And you have this like little child card that it is a card of you as a child, and it gives you a little bonus. Eventually, you won't need that bonus anymore, so you flip it over. Once you flip it over, it's done. But now that little bonus turns into victory points whenever you do the action. And so then you start getting victory points. So that becomes more important than gathering up all these resources. And I love that because it's kind of thematic. Now you're no longer a boy or a girl anymore. You're a man now, into the world. So a lot about this is really awesome. I did get like a little promo pack for it. I don't even remember what it is now. So obviously, either I haven't played or didn't notice if it was put in there or not. I think it's some extra cards or whatever. But either way, it's such an enjoyable game. I love it more and more the more I play it. Teramar, number 84. Number 83, Virginio Gigli again, an older game, Communi. Wow, such a simple game. The artwork looks terrible. But the thing is, though, you're bidding for some cards. You're playing cards to get buildings, which give you victory points. And you're also flipping a card over to become a wall and building your walls because there's going to be an invasion and you're going to lose some points. And there's going to be a ton of negative points in the game. You can't avoid not getting negative points. I mean, if you do, then you're going to lose the game because you didn't generate enough points. And you're thinking, Matt, what's the fun in that? Dude, there's so much fun because it's just those simple actions that you have to do. And the game just goes. It flies because the round ends when the deck runs out of cards. And you don't realize, but you're running out of cards really quick. So people stop getting cards. So the deck won't run dry. And they're frantically trying to build up the resources because they were so happy by getting points. They forgot about the upcoming invasion. Whoa, Such a great game. I wish they'd reprint this game, maybe with a bit, better theme or better artwork or whatnot. But for me, Community is another game you get for like $10, $15, and it's so worth it. So worth it. Super underrated game by Virginio Gigli. All right, number 82. I've had in my collection for about 6-7 years now. It has always been a top 100 game. May it always be a top 100 game. Stoppile. Now, as of this video, I don't have it yet, but I do plan on ordering. There's like I don't know when I missed this, but they brought out, they probably did a big box for it, but they brought out some other little promo investor tiles or investor cards. I don't really play with investor cards that much, but I want to have everything with this. So I'm going to buy them on the Board Game Geek store. By the time this comes out, I'll probably have it. But I love Stockpile, where everyone has some secret insider information about one of the 5 stocks that's going to go up, down, or split. And you have to decide what you want to do. Now, this game rewards you. You want to be going last. Last is the best place to do because you get to see what everyone else is doing and kind of maybe can read the market. If someone's dumping his stock, what's he know? Is that stock about to go? Is it about to bust? Because I need to dump my stock then too if he's doing it. Or, I noticed no one's selling this stock. Is this stock going to go up? So being last is really powerful in this game. And it's so much fun as you're bouncing out the stock market. It sucks when things crash. It's awesome when they split and everything. There's highs and lows when you're playing Stockpile. I do have all the expansions. The last one was meh for me. I didn't really care for it. The second one's really good, and we play with that one. I put everything in there. Like I said, we haven't played with the investor cards in a while. But that's just because the base game with some of the stuff from the expansion is just really good. But this is a game I just have not grown tired of over the years. So I still think it's a solid game. And even though I think they're done bringing out any other expansions for it. It is a complete game, and they shouldn't do any more expansion for it. Just because a game is great doesn't mean you need to keep dogpiling expansions on it, okay? But for Stockpile, I think they got just enough on there to entertain anyone for years to come. Pick you up a copy, and if they did get a big box, then pick that up too. All right, finally, number 81. This game continues to move up my list. I think it's the 4th year it's been on my list. It keeps moving up. And now Carpe Diem by Stefan Feld is up a little bit higher. Wow, folks, I love this game where you're taking tiles around a board, you're placing them on your player board, hopefully getting resources that then you're going to use to cash in for points at the end of every round. But you can only cash in that reward once per game. And if you put your marker there, no one else can put their marker there. There are ways around it. You can score the same type of resource, but that combination is gone forever. And the cards are always different every game, so the way you score is different. And at the end, there's so much scoring that you can do by how you build your little player area. Man, what a solid game. I love this. I do see this getting cheaper online a lot, so you can pick it up for cheap. But, yeah, Stefan Feld, you're going to see a few failed games. Obviously, everyone has failed games, I'm sure, on their top 100. And I'm no different, even though mine may be a little bit different than the ones that other people put on there. But I think Carpe Diem is one of his solid hits. All right, gamers, that's it for now. But come back next time, and I'll do 10 more games for my top 100. See you then.